Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to tell you about what happens when Jupiter is in the 7th house. But before it, please subscribe my channel. You can follow me on Instagram. If you want to take personal consultation, you can contact me on WhatsApp or Instagram, okay? So let's start this video, guys. So, um, 7th house of the D9 chart is very important. It is more important than the 7th house of the D1 chart. Always remember this thing. Why? Because it tells you how will be your life after marriage. But one thing, Navamsa is fruit of your karmas, and D1 chart is the tree, the base. If there is affliction in the D1 chart, then Navamsa will not do anything, because Navamsa basically tells you your life after marriage. Okay, so we see for the life after marriage, and also what planetary placement is there in the Navamsa, like the strength of the planets. So 7th house is very important of the Navamsa chart. It tells you about characteristics, features of your spouse, okay, in a more detailed manner, and how your spouse will behave after marriage. So that's why 7th house is very important. Career, profession also can be known, and many details, looks and all can be known about your spouse. So now the planet of auspicious. So now the planet of prosperity, abundance, happiness, wisdom, maturity, religion, dharma, spirituality is sitting in the 7th house. So first of all, it shows that your spouse is going to be very devoted towards you. But one thing you have to remember, Jupiter is a planet of prosperity and happiness, but it is also a very stormy planet. And this planet, Jupiter, will not give you results so easily. Yes, Jupiter gives you many things. Jupiter's aspect is very auspicious, but we know that wherever Jupiter sits, it creates illusion as well, because Jupiter is gas, it's a stormy planet. So some illusion is always there, because Jupiter wants to take you towards spirituality. Okay, Jupiter is a planet which shows devotion and wisdom and maturity. So if you will not take decisions with maturity regarding your marriage, in after marriage, basically your marriage will always have problems. Okay, so you have to remember to take decision with maturity. If you argue with your spouse, fight with your spouse, and behave immaturely, or your spouse does it, then it will make your Jupiter very weak and your marriage will not work. Jupiter in good sign will definitely give you very devoted spouse, good looking spouse, healthy spouse, and educated from rich family, because Jupiter is a planet of abundance. So good qualities you will definitely have, and very less chances of getting cheated. Your spouse will be very much devoted towards you. So you will get that type of spouse, okay? So your spouse will definitely be devoted towards you, will love you, and will always do anything for you, and you will get happiness from your marriage. All the kinds of happiness that you desire, you will get. But the thing is, it firstly shows late marriage. Okay? And sign is very important. In which sign Jupiter is placed, and the houses Jupiter is ruling, that is also very important. But Jupiter is a heavy planet, so it creates heaviness in the 7th house, which shows that you will have to be dutiful towards your spouse, devoted towards your spouse. There is a karma that has to be done. If Jupiter is retrograde in your chart, it shows you have the karmic debt to be paid off towards your spouse. Maybe you were not serious in your marriage in the past life. In this life, you have to be serious, okay? Your marriage will bring optimism in your life, happiness in your life. Okay, your spouse will be very optimistic person if it is not in the Saturn sign, especially Capricorn, because Capricorn somewhere shows negativity. So in other signs like Libra or Taurus or Aries, in good signs, definitely it shows your spouse will be very optimistic and happy person, and will be very charming and a loyal person, very submissive towards you, educated, and who always want to talk about wisdom, a wise person, matured person, okay, spiritual person. Okay, if it is in the good sign, it is very good. If it is in the bad sign, it will show argument, fight, lack of adjustment together, misunderstanding. But this also gives very long lasting relationship, and it shows traditional marriage as well. It can be love marriage, but it will be traditional. Okay, religion, spirituality will be very important, and there can be lack of physical intimacy. Don't force your spouse to follow your beliefs. There can be chances that your spouse may believe something else and you may believe something else. Okay, so there can be problem between you both. It also shows false pride in you, so please don't have false pride, and don't force your spouse to follow you, because then it can create problem, especially if it is in the Capricorn debilitated. Then ego issues will be there, false pride, arguments, negativity, okay, negative thinking, all these things can be there. No one is ready to put effort, or forcing each other to follow their beliefs. So all these things can happen, lack of understanding, this thing can happen, especially if it is afflicted Jupiter Saturn or in the debilitation. Okay, so you have to avoid it. Your spouse will definitely respect elders, and no matter what, Jupiter is a positive planet, so it will definitely bring positivity in your relationship, right? So this is the thing. It is also a planet of purity, teaching, guiding, all these things, right? So yeah, and it also shows that your spouse can be connected to your ancestors. Okay, somewhere there is a connection with ancestors. Your spouse will never want to hurt anyone and always want to become a leader. Like in specific signs in Aries or in Sagittarius, or in Leo, will definitely want to be a leader, because Jupiter also wants to be respected. So your spouse will desire respect from you, right? So what is the karma of having Jupiter? Here, Jupiter wants to teach you patience, especially if it is retrograde. That maturity, wisdom, patience is very important in relationship, and dedication, devotion is very important in relationship. You cannot cheat your partner. You have to be devoted towards your partner when you are in a relationship. Okay, so that is very important thing, and Jupiter wants to teach you this thing. So that's why you have Jupiter in the seventh house. Now, for example, now I'm giving you here for examples. So for example, Jupiter is in Aries. Here, Jupiter in Aries is ruling sixth house and the third house. Now, it can give you aggressive spouse, right? Your spouse can be in the law field, can be in government field as well. Okay, so here you can meet your spouse through traveling or through education medium or through neighbors or social media, but it will create problem in your marriage, because Jupiter here rules the sixth house, okay? And your spouse will also be very dominating. They will have their own beliefs, and they will, no matter what, follow their own beliefs. Here you can check the nakshatra as well. Ashwini, Bharni, Kritika. In Kritika, very bold kind of a speech, okay? And in Bharni, it can be little mild, little loving, caring, romantic. So Venus balances the thing, and in Ashwini, very detached behavior, and it shows also that very restless kind of personality, sometimes speaks a lot and unnecessarily gives advices. So all these things can happen. Then if it is in the Taurus, it can show love marriage, or somewhere this is your spouse, can also be your good karma from the past life. Someone from the past life is becoming your spouse, because here Jupiter rules the fifth house, okay? Your family or money can be involved in marriage, right? If Jupiter is in the Gemini sign, okay, Gemini sign, I mean Sagittarius ascendant, you will be very much devoted towards spouse. Do anything for your spouse, and after marriage, your focus will be on your spouse. Your spouse will be your comfort zone. You will feel very much comfortable with your spouse. Your spouse will be very intelligent, someone who wants to read, someone who wants to learn more and more. So this type of thing, okay? Then if Jupiter is in Aquarius, so Leo ascendant, always involved in social groups, very optimistic spouse, gives knowledge to others, wisdom, happiness, very detached, always thinking of others' happiness, little introvert, and will also get the money of family. So this is the thing that Jupiter in the 7th house in Aquarius shows. So for different signs, houses, it will be different. What you have to see, first of all, you have to see the sign that is sitting in the 7th house. You have to find out the significance of Jupiter in that sign, and then you have to see which houses Jupiter is ruling and where the dispositor goes. If it is connected with 159 or Kendra house, it is good. If it is connected with malefic, it's not good. Then you also have to see if Jupiter is Badhak. Okay, for different ascendant, Badhak is different. So I'm not telling you how to calculate Badhak. Okay, you can find it out. So if Jupiter is Badhak, there will be problem in the marriage, right? So you have to see, and then you have to see if other malefic planets are aspecting Jupiter, it can create problem in marriage. So by this way you can find out, okay? But Jupiter here will definitely fulfill your desires. After marriage, your spouse will fulfill your desires. You can travel a lot, and your some changes in the relationship with siblings can happen. Your personality will change, and you will get to learn a lot of things from your spouse. So I hope this video was helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Bye.